what role did the Premier's resignation play in this decision, and why didn't you want to stick around and work with potentially Dominic Perrottet as Premier?
I have to be honest, what occurred on Friday hasn't played any part in the decision that I've made. The reality, many of you guys have been pushing me, and I've unfortunately not been able to be honest with you, but I've been thinking about this for a while. I had another date picked in mind, not too far off, but I just think with the opportunities that have now arisen, and it'd be unfair that at some point this week under Dominic Perrottet as Premier, he'll be swearing in a new cabinet. It'd be just unfair and not right to go down to Government House, to get sworn in and only weeks later to step aside. This state is in the midst of the pandemic, and yes, there's hope. But I can say it was a team effort throughout this period. Gladys has been absolutely at the forefront of that and led the charge. But the team behind it is still there. The team that includes so many ministers and public servants are there, ready for Monday's opening. And there's never a right or wrong time to leave politics, but I genuinely believe that now that the Premier's leaving and Andrew Constance has indicated his intent to leave, I genuinely think it's the right and proper thing to do, to be honest with people, and not put my hand up.
Provide that steady hand as we do move through this next group.
Well, I'm glad you said I'm the steady hand. I'm sure that's been reported in the past. I'm not the steady hand, but look, it's true and not true. But look, I've spent the vast time as Deputy Premier with Gladys as her deputy, and I've served her. And losing your partner is actually tough. But at the same time, for the people in New South Wales, you've got to understand that the executive of the government is cabinet. The Treasurer plays an important role. Senior ministers play an important role. Senior public servants play an important role. And the idea that I leave somehow destabilises the government is not right. Can I say, yes, it's a tough time, but I think it's the right thing to do, to be honest with the public, that the fight's over. I've lost the fight, and it is time for me to go, and I think it is appropriate to be honest, and that's what I've done today.
Ms Berejiklian made it clear that her resignation couldn't come at a worse time, in her view, for New South Wales because of the point at which we are in transitioning to a new COVID normal. There's still a lot to go in that space. You are a senior member of the crisis cabinet. Yep. If Berejiklian thinks that it couldn't come at a worse time for her to go, why do you think that it comes at a good time for you to go?
James, let's be honest. The Premier of the day is the face of the government, steers the ship, holds the firm hand on the decisions and the direction, and she's done that, and she's done that well. And the outcry we've seen from the community is justified. To think that the Deputy Premier, in one way, is able to hang around and disrespect that he's been part of a team is wrong. I have played an important role. I'm proud of that as the architect of the roadmap. I'm proud of what I've achieved in 2020. I'm proud of what I've achieved in 2021 with the pandemic, and been entrusted by many to get us out, and by the Premier. I mean, that's the ultimate trust from a Premier like Gladys to have given me the trust to do that. But to think that it's just me is wrong. I worked with a wonderful team of ministers and public servants to achieve everything, and I'm confident that now is the right time, that it doesn't destabilise and gives confidence to the people of New South Wales. I can give you confidence that things continue every day until there's a new Premier sworn, a new Deputy Premier sworn, a new Cabinet sworn. Don't think that this government isn't continuing as we speak.